Every time Ye does some crazy, people say, yeah, but he dropped college dropout and he's a genius, right?
You know, I'm a creative genius, and there's no other way to word it. I know you're not supposed to say that about yourself, and I say things the wrong way a lot of times, but my intention is always positive.
So some weeks ago, I was walking home from work, asking myself, is Ye actually a genius? Or did he just make some good music and did some good work on personal branding? Or it didn't? And what does it even mean to be a genius? And if Ye is one, what can I learn from him to become somewhat near being a genius too? Right away, I mapped out the structure of this video in my mind. But after a quick Google search, I felt kinda stupid because a genius is someone with exceptional creative or intellectual power. Well then, Kanye is factually a creative genius. Because I mean, he made college dropout, right? So, case closed? Definitely not. Because there are a few exceptions in Kanye's life that made him the genius he is. His natural desire to just create dope stuff is an innate blessing, while being raised by an amazing mother with great values is something that also wasn't in his control. Even living in China as a child, exploring new cultures, wasn't in his control, but had great effects on his creative genius. Dedicating his life to his art for over 3 decades and his willingness to just be himself at all costs also made him the genius he is today. So, based on Kanye's journey, in my opinion, I'd say there are 3 factors to being a genius. First, innate skills, like being born with a desire to just create dope stuff. But if you're here right now and listening to me talking about how to become a genius, I wouldn't worry too much about this one. Second, external influences. Things that were controlled by someone but not by you. How you were raised and the experience you made early in your life, for example. And as you can't control this one, I also wouldn't worry too much about it. Third, and most importantly, your own actions and habits that you decide every single day. And let's be honest, you're here right now listening to me babbling about how both of us can become geniuses. Which means you already mastered both uncontrollable variables and can move on solely focusing on your daily actions. So, to make this video valuable to you, let's just talk about 4 points I think will make you somewhat near being a genius too, like Kanye. And to be completely real with you, I think being a genius is terrifying. I mean, I myself have the aspiration to one day become one of the greatest artists of my generation. But I think being aware of the consequences is necessary to become somewhat near being a genius. If I want to become a creative genius, I need to dedicate my life to the art, which probably means a lot of suffering. I mean, I just have to take a look at how other great artists ended up. So you can always be an enigma, but make sure that you are aware of the consequences and make a decision based on the knowledge you have. Knowing that self and understanding what is happening around you is also a non-negotiable if you want to be an innovative artist. Consistently take time to write down your thoughts, or I mean just lay down on the ground staring at a wall for a while would do it too. You gotta do some crazy stuff if you want to become a genius. Also, I think a great artist is either delusionally self-confident or struggles with a bunch of mental issues. Both artists can create dope stuff, but a normal-ass guy who just lives his life will never be a genius, even though he may be happier. And last, know your vision. I know you probably heard it a bunch of times, but I mean, most artists are pretty messed up and don't have any management skills. But just listen to me when I say that you need to know your vision. Knowing your vision could be a routine like, I want to make 1 song per week. Or it could be goal driven like, I want to win a bunch of Grammy Awards, have one of the most iconic speeches of all time, and then piss on an award a few years later. Just know that you need to aim for something to be the greatest artist you can be. There are probably more daily actions to become a genius, but let's leave it to these 4 points for today. And if you made it to the end, subscribe and leave feedback in the comments. I want you to do 2 things. Look through each of these 4 points I just mentioned and ask yourself how you can implement these things into your daily routine. And then second, go create some art.